Good evening and welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. Very exciting things going on today. So I had a little bit of trouble getting live, but here I am. What If Wednesday? We're going to do some what ifs, I think. But I have a very special treat for everybody. So if it's your first time here, welcome. Glad to have you on board. Gregopedia is behind us. That's not a walker. Literally walks down just as I turn it on. So, if it's your first time here, welcome. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hi, Karen. How are you? So we've got some exciting stuff. We're going to do some what ifs. In the description of the video, you can always book a reading with me. I do them live by Zoom. Let's get started. Let's get going. Let me get my other screen up here. So I have a super treat for you guys. So I think I have talked about this before. I was saying that, let me switcheroo here. So I was telling you guys that I had a deck that was missing. I keep my decks in a couple of different boxes. I have like a small box, I'll share with y'all. This is my small box. It's got all the ones that I use just on the reg. It's actually not that small. I've got a couple of smaller ones too. This is my romantic reading box. We'll just put that there for now. Actually, it's going to get in the way. I'll move it over. So, and then I have a big steamer trunk upstairs that I do. I keep my the boxes that the tarot cards come in. You should really keep those, and I'll explain why. So, I had all of my decks with the exception of one, and it was a deck that I didn't use a whole lot, and I didn't love it, but I did get it when I was 17. And it's a deck by Ellen Cannon Reed. Now, those of you that are real quick to Google, if you Google this, it's Ellen Cannon Reed Witches Tarot. It is out of print. So, along the way, I was like, you know what? I really kind of want to get another deck. They start at like for this printing, they start at like $200-$300 just for the deck. If you have the box, you can go all the way up to like $1,000 if they're new in box with the shrink wrap. So we Gregopedia and I cleaned out our shed, and I'm sorry, I still have my cough. We cleaned out our shed this weekend, and I found one of my keepsake boxes, a really big Tupperware box, and bam! I found the deck. So one of the reasons why I didn't like to use it was because it's got the big pentagram and is a little off-putting for people that aren't into esoteric, and they get kind of freaked out by the pentagram. But it is an amazing deck. There's a ton of nudity in it, so I don't know if that's going to get flagged. But there's two different versions of it. There is a borderless version. This is the 1989 version. And then there's one with a black border, which I think is from the early aughts, but I'm not sure. So, oh, hi, Brandy. Welcome. I'm going to get to some readings. I'm just super, super excited that I found this missing deck. And you can see some nudity there, but we've got some hot guys. And, it's definitely going to be in the rotation. So I'm really excited about that. Gregopedia. Oh, really? Look, Gregopedia's face. You guys never get to see him. Oh, look, he's actually here. He's usually just the voice behind me, but isn't he adorable? So, we're going to do some what ifs. I guess I'm going to do some what ifs. Greg's going to. Who's got the man hands? So that was a treat. if my regulars are watching that on the replay, that was such a treat. Karen says hi. So it's so funny because when I started this channel, he was so like, I don't want to be on, I don't want to be on, I don't want to talk on it, I don't want to do anything. And now he's like,
following now.
Now he's got a following. He said he's got friends, he's got fans. But that's my adorable beloved. So let's do some what ifs. Let's do some what. You can see like I'm like totally jacked up. I got my hair pulled. I never look like this on. So what ifs? I have. So okay, we were all talking about the platinum jubilee, or as Alicia said, the devil's jubilee. Oh, that reminds me. All of y'all who come to Dueling Tarot, we had some technical issues with Alicia, like starting at 5:00 on the East Coast time. So we scheduled this week. It's a little bit earlier. We're gonna do it at 5:30 East Coast time. I guess that's 2:30 West Coast time. I think it's 2:30. So it is. It's going to be on my channel. So you can go and hit the remind there. Hi, Celtic Rune. So we all were paying attention to the Platinum Jubilee. We know that Meghan and Harry came back early. We know that there was an alleged photo of Lilibet. So I found it very curious that she is such a redhead. So I did a little bit of research, and it is not super, super common for one redheaded individual to have two redheaded children. Bonsoir, Francois. Oh, Francois says hello to you too, Greg. He's waving in French. He's waving in French. So, I thought it was kind of unusual that both kids were very, very redheaded in the publications that we've seen. So I have a feeling I know what this is all about. I think they are going to make a play to be a little bit closer to the Spencers. So I want to see if they're actually going to try and set up like another line to the throne. Those of you that are interested in history of any kind with ruling families, there's always some kind of intrigue that's going on, and there's always some other branch that is trying to get inside. So we will use this deck, but we may use this deck too. So let's see what we come up with. We'll pull some cards. So are Harry and Meghan leaning into the Spencers? I did not see that the Spencers had a big presence at the Jubilee. So I'm going to ask my boots on the ground people. I did have people that have boots on the ground there. So let's see. We're just going to turn this a little bit. Turn it a little bit. So let's see what we got. Harry and Meghan going to lean in to the Spencers. We got a jump out card. Oh, Hierophant. Someone's telling them to do that. So, sometimes when things like this come up, it's just a weird impression that I'll get. I was like, oh, you know what? Like, they're not really happy with the reception that they got. So I think they're going to try and have like another stomping ground in Great Britain. Woo! There's my sloppy shuffle. Alicia was right. I should have named this channel Sloppy Shuffle. Fortune cookies no more. It should have been Sloppy Shuffle. Maybe I'll change it. I'll do a poll. Should I change it to Fortune Cookies Sloppy Shuffle? Keep it Fortune Cookies? Or just do Ann Miller Sloppy Shuffle? There's another one. All right. Are they going to cozy up to the Spencers? Oh, no. I have a bunch of sage in the bag with that deck. Well, they're certainly not happy. Oh, and it's not going to be a good reception. They're certainly not happy with the way things went at the Jubilee. They're not happy with the reception that they got. They're not happy with, I think they thought that even if they got a cold reception from the royal family, that the crowd would at least be polite to a certain extent. So as a result of this really negative experience of coming into Britain together, I think he got a better reception without her. I think it was her that kind of put everybody over the edge. They're trying to see another angle. So the Hangman is one of those cards that tells us to stop, collaborate, and listen. And see things from another angle, see things from someone else's perspective. The universe may be telling them to look from the perspective of the royal family and maybe have some level of, apology, contrition, but they're not doing that. This is looking for another angle. This is definitely trying to figure out a different way. They have to start all over because this restart did not work. This was an attempt to restart. This was an attempt to come back to the royal family. Let's show them that we can dress. I can wear a hat and I can toe the line, and we'll be very polite and we'll be very appropriate, and maybe they'll let us come back and be able to benefit from everything. This is a moving in a bad direction. I want to pull some cards on their house and their home in California. Apparently, they landed in another county. They didn't land where their house is. So we'll see about that. So this is moving in a different direction. Maybe moving. I always say this card's moving from something that's it's okay. It's not great. It's not terrible. And moving on to the unknown. So it's an opportunity to leave a stable situation and get into a crummy situation, or leave an okay situation and get into a great situation. Really depends on what's on the other sides of the cards. And there we have the broken heart. So it doesn't look like this is going to be a good idea, even if someone is dreaming this up, which I think our Queen of Wands in reverse is usually Meghan. I think this is something that she was saying, like, hey, maybe we should talk to your mother's family because they've got these legacy Lilibet, who's redheaded just like a Spencer. And, she could be a princess of a different court, that little one. So let's see. Let's see how things are now that they're home. Let's see how that's going. And we're going to look at them collectively as a couple. Because, we could look at them separately. But I think when we do a reading as a couple, it gives us a bit more perspective that's not diluted. I know that not diluted like crazy, but diluted. We're not going to get a couple of different ways here. So let's look at them as a couple. We can break down and drop questions if you want to know questions about these two knuckleheads. So there's that Hierophant again. They're trying to find a higher ground. This is trying to find a higher ground. They're trying to preserve their future. They're trying to carve out their future. They could not get the plane off the ground. They're not abundant. They need money. I think they really need money. And they're not happy. Things are not happy. So these are both abundance cards, okay? Our Nine of Pentacles and our Nine of Cups. Those are abundance cards. The nines in tarot, when we go through the numbers, the nines are always, oh, hi, Serendipity. Marian Hagen. Harry and Meghan Serendipity. So the nines are really the pinnacle of the card. So if we're progressing from ace to 10, the 9 really is where, and I tell people, when we're reading that, if we're doing like a house building, if we're talking about building a house over those 11 cards from ace to 10, at 9, the walls are up, the house is finished, we're just putting the finishing touches on, we're just putting the pillows on the couches, and 10, we're asleep in the house. Or I also describe it in my classes as 9 is kiss the bride, 10 is you get in the car and everyone's throwing rice at you and you're going on your honeymoon. So that's really the difference. 10, we're moving on to something else. 9, we are finished. Their abundance is finished. The 9 of Pentacles is abundance. It's protection that they've been constantly speaking about. And the 9 of Cups is our wish card. This is getting everything that you want. This is, realizing your manifestations. Both of those are upside down. Both of those are not happening for them. This dream of running away from home, running away from castle, and going to make their own way in America has been a complete squib. Totally just fell apart. So let's see if they're actually in that house. So I think there's a lot of disappointment. I think there was a lot of stuff they had. I think they had a lot of high hopes for going to the Jubilee. I think they expected to be welcomed back and be rewarded for it. I think they expected like gift bags. And he's pissed. He's pissed, and he's gonna be talking about it. I wonder what's going on with that book. So did Harry and Meghan get anywhere near any of the royal? Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Whoops. I forgot to put that on. For entertainment purposes only. And Celtic Rune, thank you for looking out. Please like and subscribe. And you can get a reading in the description of my video. There's a link for my scheduler there. So, did they get to talk to any of the primary royals? Let's call them that. So I believe they spoke with Charles. So we'll do Charles. He did speak with them. Yes. This is a yes card. I think they asked to come back. Okay, that's conflict. So this is when we're upright with the 3 of Pentacles. This is, beginning your skills, starting over, getting back to basics, learning. This is partnering. When it's upside down, we're not partnering. We're splitting apart. We're not in agreement. We're not on the same page. They're not on the same page. And this is, being very reckless, and of course fighting. So I think that's what happened there. So now we'll do shuffle. Cambridges. Did they meet with the Cambridges at all? No, that's an absolute 100% no. They did not meet. Nope. There are some very, very bruised feelings over this. William is being incredibly, I don't want to say stubborn because that makes it sound like he shouldn't be this reserved, but he is incredibly resolute, I think is a better word for him, resolute. Oh, thank you. So I'm trying to be better. I'm still coughing. One of my friends told me someone's coughing a year later. I said, I'm not for that. I can't do that. He is preserving himself and staying out of the situation. And that is keeping his home nice and calm. Okay. It's keeping them out of the home. He doesn't want that toxicity. He doesn't want that disruption. So we're going to bring all these suckers back in because we're going to talk about Queenie, Lily and Lily. So I was having a very, very difficult time, even with, I think even with Alicia on last Friday. Again, those of you that are just dropping in, Dueling Tarot is a little bit earlier this week. We're going to try a new time. So 5:30 East Coast time with Alicia and I. It's going to be on my channel this week. You can just drop into my channel and there's a reminder you can jump on. Okay. But 5:30 on Friday. It's going to be fun. So Lily and Lily. Did Lilibet meet Lilibet? Where'd you? Oh, I'm sorry. I know it's late. This is pretty late for me. Her Majesty, and then we'll do Lilybucks. Lilybucks. Hey, Nicole. Thanks everybody for being here. 10 o'clock at night here, and I got 24 of you watching, 24 wonderful people. All right. That is really so upside down, Ace of Cups. Usually, that's a big fat no. I think it's a big fat no. I think it's a no. And the world, that's our heart of the matter, and this is under the surface. Okay? Under the surface is it's done. We're done. We are over ×2. Oh no, what happened? You blocked Nicole. There was a troll already? Wait, Nicole, I see Nicole though. Hang on. All right, so wait, Nicole Z? She's right there. Okay, Nicole's not blocked. Okay, good. All right. I don't want to. That's thank you. I can't believe we had a troll already. Oh, the other night. No. Okay. No. We could see her. Well, I don't know if that'll be blocked on Alicia's or mine, but we'll check next time. Just remind us next time we're on Alicia. Oh, you can't see her? Hang on. Hang on, everybody. Let me see. See if I can see what we see. How about that Amber Heard? Let me see. Yeah, Nicole, it looks like it looks like she's yeah, I think everybody can see her. So I don't know, check and see if you blocked her personally. Oh, I'm sorry. So and I got like a weird reading on this before when I did it. So Queen Elizabeth, Her Majesty, it looks like, yeah, this is a disappointment, but it's not going to stick. She's like, whatever, like, you know, she's kind of just going with the lie. This is something that was self-inflicted. This was a drama that was self-inflicted, and she's just going to harden her heart. You know, she's just not, she's not falling, and she's not sending any money. She's not, no, Greg was already on, so hi. Oh, you're taking the garbage? I have young children taking the garbage out. Not young children, but, so, ow. So, and the Lilibet side is the Queen of Wands, which is machinations, putting things in play, with the Emperor in reverse, which is like negativity. Okay, it's like bad leadership. So I think this was like, bad PR run. Trying to get that foundation back in. And then we have the sun. Okay. And the sun, so the sun is a great card. It's a happy card. It's hi Sally. It's all good things. It's a happy sunny summer day. Like it's things revealed, it's things coming to the surface. In this case, it's more of the bullshit coming to the surface. So it's really, that's kind of what we're seeing. So it's very kind of dark and stormy on Her Majesty's side. It feels like, and again, like, Alicia thinks that she's kicking it with the pillbox. Alicia's thing. I don't think that Her Majesty she's not dead yet. Thank you.
She feels fine.
She feels fine. Oh, I feel happy. So I don't think she's gone yet. I don't think she's in great shape. I keep threatening to go back and look at my New Year video that I did on her. Because I did, if you go back and my New Year's lives, I did one on her for the whole year. I did the 12-month spread. So much fun. Again, if you guys want a 12-month spread in January, I'll probably do a sale on them. So that is complicated and disruptive. I'm so sorry. It's late here. It's been a long day. So let me see. Anybody give me questions here? Anybody give me questions? We have any questions? The skit with Paddington was adorable. I don't think that the Deborah, I don't think the Spencers are going to fall for that either. I think that well, you know what? Let's before we do Celtic runes, let's see what the Spencers think of Harry. Let's see what Lord Spencer thinks of Harry. That I'm very curious. Let's see what Uncle Charles thinks of Harry. Oh, so the death card is interesting. Why the death card? Ah, okay. Okay, so I just want to make sure you guys can see that right there. Well. All right, so he loves him. He definitely loves Harry. He wants him to see more of what is his birthright. And that doesn't mean that he wants him to get or see things that don't belong to him. He wants him to not look at being a royal as a handicap, being a royal as some cross to bear. Like really not a cross to bear. He has had some very serious conversations with him about accepting that and living the life that he was born into and trying to get him more comfortable with it. But it kind of falls on dead ears because Lord Spencer's been Lord Spencer. He never had there was never going to be any variation in his station in the Spencer family. Harry felt like there was some mobility with his position. He really is seeing the possible of moving into a position of supreme leadership or primary leadership in the country. He fantasized about that. Harry did. It's something, and that's why he went to America, because he's going to be a big man in America. If he can't be the biggest fish in the royal pond, he was going to go to America and be the runaway American prince. He was going to carve that out, and that was going to be this new and novel role for him. Even though his great uncle had already done that to a spectacular lack of success. So, Lord Spencer really doesn't understand why he is so disenchanted with his position as a royal, or as a former royal. We have to say a former royal, because I do think this was like a door closing. I do think the positioning when they were in the church was very problematic for Harry. I don't think that he liked where they were set. Let's put it that way. So death, he is going to sever this relationship too. He is going to blow up the relationship with the Spencers. So Deborah, I think you're absolutely right. I think the Spencers will not fall for their cow pies. Let's say cow pies. So they're going to move away from them as well, because there's this very cheap, like almost irritating quality. Like it's like they want to like do like a roadside stand with Princess Diana memorabilia, like it's such a cheap quality of what they want to do to memorialize his mother, but it's really to capitalize on his mother. He wants ownership of like the copyright of Princess Diana, which is really just kind of creepy. At this point, his perspective, and I feel bad that I'm saying this because it's his mom and I'm sure he loves her, but his perspective is very skewed. He's lost the plot. Like, I know everyone says that in England about Harry, but he's kind of lost the plot as far as what he should be doing, and his mouth is firing off. He's talking about different things that he wants to do, different plans that he has to move forward, different ideas that he has, things that they could do. They could do a Princess Diana clothing line like that. Like, he actually wants to do things like that. And no one is really interested in it. It's too commercial. It's too obnoxious. It's too gauche. It's too garish. It's too ghoulish. It's too ghastly. How many G words can I come up with? It just is not. It's very icky feeling. I don't know if any of you all can feel it, but it's definitely very icky feeling. So, unfortunate. So Celtic Rune wants to know, did the royal children meet each other properly and socialize and play together? So that is presuming that Archie and Lily Bucks, were actually there, and that they actually exist. So, did Harry and Meghan's children meet their cousins? Let's do that and see what we come up with for that. We're going to do a little pyramid scheme here. A little pyramid. I like these little pyramids. I don't do them a lot for you guys. So we're going to get our yes or no right on top. Boop. It's a guarded secret. It is a carefully guarded secret. 30 of you all. Thanks so much, everybody, for being here on a Wednesday. What if Wednesday? So, carefully guarded secret, moving away from the original plan. So, our Three of Wands is our coming together and making plans. And that's a moving away. It's almost running away, screaming from the original plan, because there's disappointment and things are being found out. Things are being revealed with this Ten of Swords in reverse. But then we're back to carefully guarding the secret again. So that's interesting. Are they going to say that no children were invited? That's a possibility. That's a yes. They're going to say that they just had a small event for her with just a few adults. That's what they're going to say. Almost sure of it. It's a very intimate setting in our former home. Yep, guarded. Didn't want to interfere with everyone's plans. They're still working on that brand, but it's not working. This is the companion card to the Three of Pentacles, just so you all know. And I teach my students these two cards together. So in the Three of Pentacles, we have the apprentice who is just starting out and just starting to flex. And he's very creative. He's very fresh. He's doing all kinds of cool things. And then we get to the journeyman card. This is a journeyman who's really good at his craft. He doesn't need anyone to help him. But sometimes the journeymen can get habitual in their work and they lose that freshness. There's a certain amount of knowledge and wisdom that comes with age, and craftsmanship that comes with age. But sometimes they lose the freshness. In this case, we're really, when we're in reverse, we're really not doing well. We're not executing our skills as an expert. So I think this is a Bolshoi secret. Bolshoi big secret for those of you that don't speak Russian. I think this is a big secret. I think the whole thing with, inviting Lily over there, was it an attempt to manipulate the storyline to make the royal family look like they didn't care? Is this an attempt to manipulate that storyline? Heard somebody say they saw a high chair being loaded on or off the plane. Why would you fly with a high chair? Like, they don't have high chairs in England. They don't have any high chairs in England. None. There's nothing in Tuscany, Greg.
There's nothing available?
There's nothing available in Tuscany. So, this is conflict, fighting, trying to have a new start to financially benefit, and then failing miserably. It's just not, I just don't think they had the kids with them. I think they are going to try and manipulate this storyline, but it's not going to play out. Everybody's going to have like a cover story. So was the royal family just completely booked for everything? Completely booked. Were they just completely booked despite knowing that they were coming? Yes. Yes. caused him a lot of anxiety and irritation. It also enraged Harry. So that enraged him. I came all this way and no one's come to see me. He knows it's over. And he's not so much disappointed as he is enraged about it. He's like, how dare they? How dare they? You know, it's such a strange response because he doesn't think in terms of, you know, oh, hey, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that interview with Oprah. You know, it's a how dare they treat me like this? I am a prince of the realm. He's not a prince of the realm anymore. Does Harry know that he is no longer a prince of the realm? Does he know that he was divested? He feels it. Absolutely feels it. Everybody sound off in the comments. What's this card mean? Bereft. Oh. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Woo! Well, that is interesting. So he knows that he's out on his ginger bum, but they're pushing him closer to Meghan. They are giving him more reasons. Giving him more reasons to cleave more tightly. Cleave? Am I using that word right?
Cleave?
Cleave.
Cleave is to
cut. I don't know why I'm saying that word.
To cut multiple though.
Cling more tightly to he's gonna hang on more tightly to the one who doesn't operate very well and who has no plan for the future. She's just kind of winging it by the seat of her pants. This actually makes me very, very sad because it really, to quote Serendipity, he did cook his goose. I think his goose is cooked. So, yeah, and I think he knows it, but his reaction is not. I think he was sad when he was there, and now that he's gone, he's mad because, you know, you don't live in a castle anymore with your bills paid and people managing your funds. So, how does Meghan feel? Meghan. Ms. Markle. Let's see how she feels. Ms. Markle. Feeling reckless. Feeling abundant. She got everything she wanted. Oh, that's so creepy and disturbing. She feels so superior to everyone that was there. Oh my goodness. So what she's going to do is she's going to have them she's going to shut down the royal family now. She's going to be like, well, we're just not going to deal with them. Hang on, water. I ate an enormous amount of bread today. I should not have. My fat ass. But it was garlic, like bread with garlic in it. It was so good. So yeah, she is going to just shut down the royal family. I don't think she's going to have very much to do with them. But she feels superior. She's like, it's her attitude is, well, how rude. How could they be so rude to us when we've been through so much and we have struggled and we broke free, and they're jealous of us, and they really do owe us to be kind because, well, if he isn't kind, that was so stupid. Who says that about a guy that they're dating? Was he kind? You don't say, is he kind? So just like my husband and I say all the time, are you cross with me? Because Gwyneth Paltrow said it about her child. Are you cross with me, Apple? We're like, who says that? Who talks like that? So I say, are you cross with me, Apple? We say it all the time. But she just, she's awful. Like, those of you that aren't readers, like when you read, you do get this very, very strong sense of the person you're reading for. It's one of the reasons why I don't do the true crime readings. I leave those to Alicia because I just find them very disturbing. I find it very, very hard to step out of that. It just kind of sticks with me. You know what, Audrey? I don't think she's going to play that card anymore. I think now it's going to be a classism thing. I think she's going to put it that way because I just don't think that anyone's buying it. That it was a racial thing. I think they know, and I think it's now going to be like a cultural and a class thing. And she'll be like, oh, well, they have the caste system in Great Britain, and I just couldn't break through. They just couldn't accept me because I was poor. But now all of a sudden she's going to be, like super poor. Well, she was talking about that not long ago. Like, forgot about the whole Red Lobster salad bar or whatever. So, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Let's do a couple of polls real quick. And you know what? I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna pull it out. $500 tarot deck. So there's nudity. So, if you're triggered, don't look at this deck. It's got some nudity in it. And some naked people. Here, I'm gonna cover. Woo! I should do Britney Spears reading for this one. So yeah, Audrey, you got to watch the beginning of this. This is an old deck of mine that is out of print. I thought it was lost forever, and I found it in my storage shed in one of my boxes. So I am thrilled to the teeth. It is the Ellen Cannon Reed deck. It is out of print. You cannot get it. So I am just really excited. But I never used it because I didn't like the pentacle on the back. I just felt it was, kind of meh. So let's do some what if. So how would Harry have fared if Meghan stayed home? How would his trip have been if Meghan stayed home? First reading with this deck in 30 years. Judgment. I'll read out the cards. Prince of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Seven of Cups. Oh, Harry, you big dummy. So, Judgment, initially, I think the trip would have been, there would have been a lot of talking with him and saying, dude, what the hell? But then he would have been honored with a little bit of coin in his pocket. I think they would have said, hey, you know what? We're going to help you out. Let's sort some things out. It would have been new beginnings for relationships. Seven of Cups, a lot of opportunities would have been available to him. They would have made a lot of things available to him, but he brought her. They wanted him by himself. And then Prince of Cups, he would have been restarting all of those relationships again. So the princes in this deck, we have princesses and princes. The princesses really are like the pages, and the princes are like the knights, but they actually have a very different flavor in this deck. Pages are new beginnings. Knights are questing. They're moving toward things. In this deck, the princesses are more of like the birth of creation. Like you have to think the birthing creation, birthing whatever the suit is. And the princes are kind of guiding along and kind of making it happen. So it's a little bit different. I feel like the princes and the princesses in this deck are on the same level. They're not kind of one after the other. They're just kind of on the same level. And I feel the same way about the Thoth Tarot as well. The princes and the princesses are kind of on the same level. So I did not expect to stay on this long. I thought it was going to be on like 10 minutes. So how would Meghan have been if Harry did not go with her? What would she have been like? We had tiger in a cage? Tiger out of a cage? I don't know if I told you guys, we had bears in our neighborhood. Bears! We normally don't have bears in our neighborhood. But there were some bears here. A bunch of bears.
Just one bear.
Just one bear. It's just one bear. Well, everybody had a bear on their Ring doorbells. Pretty neat. So, how would Meghan have been if Harry went without her? How would she have been? Tell me how you like this deck, too. Ooh, it's reading good. So we've got Ace of Wands. Now, Ace of Wands, it did come up in the reverse. We're going to keep it in the reverse. And then we have the Chariot. Holy moly. All right. So Ace of Wands, that is your ideas, creation, creativity, coming up with good things, coming up with good plans. Chariot in reverse is moving forward, manifestation. And so when we put these two together, when we get that Ace of Wands in reverse and the Chariot in reverse, this is a plan for destruction. This is a creativity plan for destruction. And there's our Princess of Cups. Princess of Cups planting seeds. And then our Nine of Wands. This is, she would have been taking care of herself. And then the Empress. So, terrible plans, laced with love to protect one's self-interest. And where my reader's at, the Empress, what is she? Big, fat, and pregnant. Big, fat, and pregnant. Are we planning on another baby? Had she not, now again, this is a what if reading. Had she not gone, would she have been planning on another baby? Would she have turned up pregnant all of a sudden? Let's see. Was Deborah, was Archie's birthday? He just had a birthday? Oh, there you go. Serendipity. There you go. Heart of the matter. Ten of Wands. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it under here. Ten of Wands. That's the over it. Over it, over it, over it. Should we gone over the edge and under the surface? We've got up, buckle up. There's some nudity. Some naked butts. That's our devil card. Okay, the horned one in reverse. So that is some bad contracts. Doing some, yeah, she would have been a tiger with the door open to the cage. Yeah, she would not have been happy if she had gotten left at home. So somebody posted something about Brad Pitt just now, that she's like interested in Brad Pitt. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on with Brad Pitt and Angelina. I'm gonna put on my calendar for tomorrow. Brad and Angie and the Vineyard. So there's a lot going on with their lawsuit. I don't think we're going to see it in the news. I don't think it's going to be on TV the way that the last trial was. So real quick before I go, because I got to go to bed. I still have a big week this week. We've got an awards thing on Friday at work, and I've got to MC it, and I'm hosting like a Hollywood Squares kind of game. So I got to be really funny on Friday. I don't know if I can do it. So that's going to be before I come home for Dueling Tarot. So I will be here. Don't worry, we're doing it during the day. So let's take a look at what if Amber Heard won. Or do we want to stay off them? Please stay off them. What if Kate was face to face with Meghan? What if Kate was face to face with Meghan? And then I'm going to kiss you all goodnight because I got to go to bed. What if Kate was face to face with Meghan? What if? What if? Return of the What If Wednesday. Oh boy, Kate would not have held back. Oh. Oh boy. So we've got Justice, Ace of Pentacles. I'll read them out just because it's a new deck. King of Wands, Five of Cups, and then Judgment. So I think Kate probably had a speech planned for this. She probably was ready to lay the smack down, lay the verbal smack down. Heart of the matter. Three of Swords. Kate's not wounded anymore. So this is one of the nicer Three of Swords cards that I've ever seen in any deck. It's not quite so scary as the heart with the sword stabbed in it. When it's this way, it's loss, it's sadness, it's having hurt feelings. But when it's this way, this is I put a nice little cast around my heart. You can't break it. I'm tougher now. You're not going to get through my crusty exterior. Not that Kate has a crusty exterior, but under the surface, her Eight of Swords, she has freed herself. And this is actually a really nice Eight of Swords too. Yeah, I'll do a video with like the flip through of this deck so you guys can see all of the cards in it. Because I do really like it. I actually ordered the companion book too, which I did have once upon a time. Again, it's the Ellen Cannon Reed Witches Tarot. So this is the Eight of Swords, and this is being in lockstep. This is being stuck with others, thinking like others, not being creative, not getting out of the rut. So when we go into reverse, that's really breaking free and getting out of that. I think Kate would have not been so polite, even though she is very, very polite and sweet. So I think that's really what we would see here. So what would Meghan have done had they been together? What would Meghan have done had she been face to face with her? Oh. So we got Princess of Swords. Swords, really? Princess of Swords in reverse. She would have tried to have sold all the amazing things that she's doing, all the contracts and the things that they have going on in America. She would have done that. She would have, absolutely told them about everything that was wonderful in their lives and how they're thriving and so successful and how it's so different in Hollywood. It's just wonderful. Four of Wands. She would have really pitched that their family is great. Nine of Cups. We have a wonderful, abundant life. It's really terrific. And the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Truth is, they're not really able to create. They're not really building anything. This just would have been Meghan, like Nicole. This would have just been Meghan going into the situation, and ultimately she would have gone in there armed and ready to go. Heart of the matter for Meghan, she wants them to be the stars. We're the stars. We are really what the world wants to see. And under the surface, the High Priest in reverse. So they aren't doing this. They're, some artists, like some artists are musicians because they're really great musicians, and music is their outlet. Some people make movies because they just really want to put those ideas on the screen and on film. Some people write because they want people to hear the story that's in their head. That's not what's going on here. So Meghan became an actor. Oh, it makes me nuts when women say that, but I'm sorry to any of my actor fans. But she became an actress because she wanted the fame and fortune, not because it was something she was good at. It was like, well, I could make a lot of money at that job, so I'm going to do that one. And a lot of people will pay attention to me. So, it's really, there's no magic there. Like, she just wants to be a star for the sake of being a star and for all the accoutrements that go with it. So that's unfortunate. So listen, I have to get some sleep. And thank you, everyone, for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. As always, there is a link in the description of this video where you can book a private reading with me. If you are so inclined, I'd be more than happy to do one for you. So tomorrow night, I will probably try and get on it around like 8 o'clock. And if I can set up a reminder for the live earlier, I'll do that. And we'll talk about Brad and Angelina and anything else that you want. And the mystery of the vineyard, because they're having some issues with the vineyard. We'll do that. And then Friday night, 5:30 East Coast time, we'll have Dueling Tarot. We'll have our tarot happy hour. So thanks again, everybody, for being here. Hope to see you tomorrow and Friday. Have a great night. Go get some sleep.